Welcome back to JForrest English. I'm Jennifer, and today we're going to read a news article together so you can improve your fluency in English. Let's get started. First, I'll read the headline. TikTok allows Europe to access research software with eye on EU online content rules. First, let's talk about this with eye on. That might sound a little odd. This is an idiom in English. Now, grammatically, the idiom is with an eye on something. Notice the difference here. They left out the article. This is commonly done in headlines of news articles because they always try to be short and concise, and it's easy to omit an article, but grammatically it is required. It's just an acceptable thing to do specifically with headlines of news articles. With an eye on something, this is an idiom, and this means to be focused on a particular thing or area. So here, with an eye on EU online content rules, European Union, that's EU. So TikTok allows researchers to access the research software. But they're accessing this software, or TikTok is allowing them to do so, only focused on this specific area, online content rules, because there are many other areas within this research software, but the researchers, the EU researchers, won't have access to all of that. They'll only have access to the online content rules because that's what with an eye on means. Don't worry about writing down the information because I've created a free lesson PDF, so you can look in the description for the link to download that. Let's continue. TikTok on Thursday opened up its research software. When you open up something to someone, it means you make it available. So here, they opened up. What did they open up? The something is the research software to someone. In this case, researchers, people who conduct research. So to open up something to someone means to make it available. Now, in this case, you must use the phrasal verb, open up. You can't just say to open something to someone. It's open up. So I might say, I'm going to open up my analytics to this company. I'm going to make it available. And you do that when whatever you're opening up is not available to the general public. So normally, that person would not have access to my analytics, but I'm opening it up to them. So here, opened up its research software to researchers. In Europe, ahead of new EU rules. So they're making this available, information that normally wouldn't be available, because soon that is going to be a rule. But notice here, they said ahead of. And that's why I said soon is going to be a rule, because right now, currently, it isn't, because they're opening up the software ahead of. Ahead of means before something happens, ahead of. So in this case, before the rule comes into effect, before. And notice you need ahead of. Ahead of. You may already know the expression to be ahead of schedule. So you have this schedule of all the things that you need to do. And if you're ahead of schedule, it means you're completing the items faster than you anticipated. But if you're behind schedule, it's the opposite. You're completing items slower than anticipated. But notice, ahead of schedule, but behind schedule. So we only need that preposition of with ahead of schedule, behind schedule. Ahead of new EU rules requiring big tech. Big tech refers to the big technology companies such as TikTok, Google, Facebook, which is actually owned by Meta, and Twitter, and other big tech companies as well, to do more to police online content. So notice here, police is being used as a verb, to police. You're probably more familiar with it as a noun. I saw a police officer. There's the police. But here, it's a verb. Technically, the police. That's what they do. They police. So that's the verb, to police. TikTok, owned by Chinese technology conglomerate. A conglomerate is one company that owns many other companies, and usually they're smaller companies. So this one company is made up of smaller companies, and those smaller companies can be completely unrelated to one another. One could sell vacuums and another could be a social media platform. They're totally different, but they're owned by the same one company. So ByteDance is the one company that owns many other companies, one of those being TikTok. Is one of 19 online platforms and search engines subject to tougher requirements. So here, subject to. Subject, you're probably familiar with this as a noun. One subject you studied in school is likely English. Or maybe a subject you didn't like in school was history or math or English, for example. That's a subject, a school subject. In this case, it's a verb because these online platforms and search engines are subject to tougher requirements. When you're subject to something, it means that is forced upon you as an obligation. For example, cars are subject to. Subject to, this is our verb, subject to something. To belongs to the expression subject to a high domestic tax. So the cars receive that as an obligation. They have to follow that. They don't have any choice in the manner. So they're subject to tougher requirements that will kick in from August. Kick in means to be activated. So these tougher requirements will be activated, which is a fancier way of simply saying start. They'll start from August. So starting from August, the online platforms will be subject to tougher requirements. So kick in, to be activated, or simply to start. When something starts, that's kick in. We use the phrasal verb to kick in. We use it quite a lot, and how you might use it is, let's say I have a headache and I take Tylenol, which is a pill to help with a headache. It's a brand in North America, at least. And I say, I hope my Tylenol kicks in soon. If I could spell that correctly, capital T. I hope my Tylenol kicks in soon. I hope the medicine in the Tylenol is activated soon. I hope it starts working soon. I hope my Tylenol kicks in soon. So we frequently use this with any sort of treatment that you're taking to say, I hope it starts soon. So it will kick in from August under the Digital Services Act. So this is the act that will become a new law. And once that is a law, these online platforms, including TikTok, will be subject to these tougher requirements. And that's why they're opening up their research software ahead of these new rules. They know it's coming soon, so why not just do it now? I guess is their thought process around that. The company said it was still waiting for the European Commission to set out technical conditions for the Application Programming Interface API. Let's take a look at this phrasal verb, set out. When you set something out, in this case, the technical conditions for the Application Programming Interface API, it simply means that you provide a clear explanation or you provide all the details needed. So what are these conditions? TikTok and the other big tech companies, they need to know exactly what the conditions are so they can make sure they're meeting the new requirements. So the European Commission needs to set them out. They need to be very clear about those requirements. Set out technical conditions for the Application Programming Interface API for accessing its data, but decided to go ahead anyway. So here, to go ahead, when you go ahead with something, you simply proceed with it, you proceed to do it. So you proceed. This is very commonly used in a work context. Your boss or a coworker or anyone could say, please go ahead and email the client. So you could simply say, please email the client. But when you say, please go ahead and email the client, it simply means that we've discussed this before and now I'm giving you permission to do this action. So I'm giving you permission to proceed. Oh, please go ahead and do this. It's also commonly used with please go ahead with, but because with is a preposition, your verb needs to be in the gerund form, the ing form. So it could be please go ahead with emailing the client. There's no difference in these two sentences. It's simply the sentence structure that's different. They have the same meaning, but just notice the difference in the sentence structure. So they decided to go ahead anyway. They decided to proceed with opening up their, what did they open up? Their research software. Was that it? They opened up, the research software. They made it available to the researchers. TikTok is proactively rolling out its research API. When you roll something out, it means you make something available for the first time. And by saying proactively, when you do something proactively, it means you do it before you're required to do it. So let's say you know there's a deadline in 2 weeks, but you could just proactively do the task now. And then when your boss asks you, oh, we need to make sure we do this soon, you can say, oh, I already did it. And your boss will be very impressed. Wow, I'm impressed. You proactively did it. So they're making this available for the first time. They're rolling it out and they're doing it proactively before they have to. TikTok is proactively rolling out its research API ahead of further technical guidance. So remember, the European Commission still needs to set out those technical conditions. They still need to explain them or provide the details of them, but TikTok is rolling it out anyway ahead of further technical guidance and launching a commercial content library ahead of DSA compliance deadline. Launching, when you launch something, it also means that you make something available for the first time, make something available, or something starts. So if you launch a business, that business starts. Make something available or when something starts. So it could be the sense that this commercial content library, if they're launching it, they're starting that initiative. But at the same time, they're also making it available. So it means the same thing in this context. But when you launch a business, it means you're starting a business, not that you're making a business available. But I guess you are making your services available to the public. So in a way, it still works for both. So they're launching a commercial content library before the DSA compliance deadline. Compliance, this comes from the verb to comply. And when you comply, it means you follow the official rules and regulations. So compliance deadline, this is the deadline, the date that they have to comply with the rules and regulations. And the rules and regulations are set out in this DSA. So they have to comply with the DSA. So I'll write that out for you. To comply with something. This is to follow the rules, the regulations, or simply the law. The social media app said in a statement. So TikTok released this to the public to let the public know why they were rolling out this research API. All researchers will need to have their own TikTok for Developers account and be located in the United States or Europe to access our research API. Now, this is because they're only opening up their research API to specific people. And those specific people are the researchers in the United States and Europe. The company released an initial version of its research API to academic researchers in the United States earlier this year. An initial version, this is the first version. So when you say, oh, this is the initial report, it's either the first report in a series of reports, or it can also mean it's the first draft and you expect that there will be other drafts, other versions. Because when you launch something, when you make it available, generally you make changes to it based on feedback. So that's why this is probably the initial version, suggesting there will be future versions as well. So you can think of initial as the first in a series. We use this when you're thinking of different ideas. You can say, oh, my initial idea was to go on vacation to Spain. That was your first idea. But then I did some research and I decided to go to Morocco instead. So my initial idea, my first idea. TikTok on Thursday also allowed researchers access to its commercial content API. To comply with DSA rules, so this is where we saw it before, but it was as the noun form compliance. So here, to comply with, to follow the rules and regulations of this DSA, to comply with DSA rules on transparency on paid advertising, the company opened up its database, made it available, but remember, simply to specific people, made it available, opened up its database with information about paid ads and ad metadata. All right, kind of a technical article. Don't worry about some of these technical terms like API. Focus on the new vocabulary you have. And now you can also focus on my pronunciation, because what I'll do is I'll go to the start of the article and I'll read it from start to finish so you can specifically focus on my pronunciation. Let's do that now. TikTok allows Europe to access research software with eye on EU online content rules. TikTok on Thursday opened up its research software to researchers in Europe ahead of new EU rules requiring big tech to do more to police online content. TikTok, owned by Chinese technology conglomerate ByteDance, is one of 19 online platforms and search engines subject to tougher requirements that will kick in from August under the Digital Services Act, DSA. The company said it was still waiting for the European Commission to set out technical conditions for the Application Programming Interface, API, for accessing its data, but decided to go ahead anyway. TikTok is proactively rolling out its research API ahead of further technical guidance and launching a commercial content library ahead of the DSA compliance deadline, the social media app said in a statement. All researchers will need to have their own TikTok for Developers account and be located in the United States or Europe to access our research API. The company released an initial version of its research API to academic researchers in the United States earlier this year. TikTok on Thursday also allowed researchers access to its commercial content API. To comply with DSA rules on transparency on paid advertising, the company opened up its database with information about paid ads and ad metadata. If you like this lesson, then make sure you subscribe because I post lessons like this every single week. And you can get this free speaking guide where I share 6 tips on how to speak English fluently and confidently. You can click here to download it or look for the link in the description. And why don't you get started with your next lesson right now?